Welcome back to another edition of Stuff You Don't Usually See. You know how this works. We record a radio segment for our group of stations every week, but we also have some cameras in here so you can see what that looks like, kind of behind the scenes. So my guest today is Diana Clendenin, who is Senior Human Resources Consultant.
That's correct.
That's a pretty good title.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, that beats my communication director. Big deal. You're a senior HR consultant.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we get started on the TV thing,
yes,
I ask most of my guests this. Do you have something that when you are talking to people at parties or you're just getting to know someone and they're looking for a kind of a fun or interesting or unique fact about you, what do you have ready to go in your hip pocket? Like some experience, talent, connection? What do you have?
Oh, yeah. So way back when, I actually have climbed Mount Fuji to the top, sat there, had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, took a nap, and climbed back down.
As one does. How did this happen? And when?
This was in, I want to say, the early 90s, and I went over there to teach English, and it was a great, I ended up actually not only teaching English, but was a desktop publisher for Canon, and I met a lot of friends. We said, let's climb Mount Fuji. It was early September, gorgeous day, started off really early, took 6 hours to get up to the top of Mount Fuji, 3 hours to get down, because you're sliding pretty much down on your behind.
Sure.
It was awesome.
That's a terrific fact.
Yes.
I never would have known that about you had I not asked.
That. But yes, I have climbed Mount Fuji.
That's awesome. Nicely done. So here we go.
Okay.
We're going to do it for radio. Here we go.
Sure.
Well, thank you and good morning. My guest today is Diana Clendenin. Diana is College Station's Senior Human Resources Consultant. How are you?
I am well, Jay. How are you?
Doing very well. Okay, so we get to have a happy conversation today because you have organized an event that is coming up at the end of this month called Career Conversations.
Yes.
So I want you to tell me about the event and why it's even an event.
This is a great opportunity for us to showcase some outstanding jobs that we have here at the City of College Station. What's different about this is that while we are open to having career conversations about all of our positions for the City of College Station, we're going to focus on some of our operations positions that require a CDL, a commercial driver's license. Okay? So this has become really important because we have a lot of positions that are driving vehicles around town over the 26,000 weight, and so they need a commercial driver's license, and this has become a pretty important license. So we want to highlight the fact that we've got great jobs, we've got a great environment, we've got unbeatable benefits.
Correct, that's the right phrase.
Unbeatable benefits.
Yes.
And this is just a great place to work and to have a career. It's not just about a job. We want people to come here and have a career serving this community.
Right.
So the event's going to be March 29th. It's a Tuesday, and we're going to have it from 4:30 to 6:30, which is a little different. Most job fairs, if you've ever learned about job fairs, they're usually in the middle of the day. Well, with unemployment in the Brazos Valley at such a low rate, most people are employed. So we want to give them an opportunity to come over to City Hall, check out the building, we're going to have some equipment parked on the north side parking lot. So we're going to have the vehicles out there, so people who are thinking about coming to work, take a look at the vehicles. Look how cool they are. Look at the different vehicles we have. Come on inside. Have a career conversation. We will have hiring managers on site from the different departments. We will have computers on site if they would like to sit down and apply right away. We will have benefits and human resource professionals on site to talk about our unbeatable benefits as well as other opportunities with the city. How's that?
That was pretty good. And which departments do these positions represent?
These are going to represent positions in public works, in water, and in our parks departments.
Okay. And a CDL, I guess, has always been something pretty useful to have in terms of your marketability.
Sure.
But it seems like now more than ever, that has to be a highly prized qualification, right?
Yes. So effective February 7th of this year, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration changed the requirement that people need to get a CDL. In the old days, you could just go up to DPS, take a written test, practice on a CDL or a commercial vehicle, and then go back and take a driving test. And the failure rate was pretty high because you have to really practice a lot. They're large vehicles. Yeah. So now the new requirement is it is an entry-level driver training certificate, which means they have to go through a course which has theory components, range driving components, and behind the wheel components. So it's a good program. It's all about safety, but it's an extra step that people who want to get a CDL have to take. You have to have that certificate in order to get your CDL. There's ways you can do that around town, but we are working on a plan to help people get that here at the City of College Station. Still in the beginning phases, but hopefully something we're going to be able to provide.
So you do need to be a CDL holder currently
Correct.
in order to be eligible for one of our positions.
Correct.
But it's possible that we can help you through that process at some point in the future.
Yes, we are working hard on that.
Okay. Now, I know that the career conversations will be geared towards CDL holders and for these 3 departments. But we have other positions throughout the organization that are open, and we could use some qualified applicants, correct?
Yep. And so even for those positions, if anybody's interested in having a conversation about working for the City of College Station, come on out. We will be happy to talk to you. Walk over the job descriptions, the requirements, what it's like to work at the City of College Station, highlight the fact that we serve people. That's what we do. And it's one of the big differences of working for a private employer versus working for the city is that we serve people. And even in any capacity, you go home at the end of the day, you have served somebody else. You've done something for the community, which is a really good feeling. So,
well, do you mind giving some examples of what some of those other positions are that we have open across the organization?
We have positions, from engineering to accounting to, we have positions in HR.
And in public communications.
So we have positions in our tourism department to focus on telling people our story. Get them here. Tell people how great it is, what all of the facilities we have and the events we have. We have lots of opportunities literally across the gamut for people to join the city.
Okay, so let's recap here.
Yes.
Career conversations, date, time, and place.
Career Conversations, March 29th, which is a Tuesday, from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. here at City Hall.
Okay. And if you would like to browse all the other positions that we have open,
yes,
you can go to, let's see if I can do this correctly from memory, csjobs.cstx.gov.
Yes.
Anything else we need to talk about?
Just the fact that this is the best place to work on the planet.
Okay.
So, again, you've got great unbeatable benefits.
Yes.
You've got a phenomenal work culture. You've got a bunch of great people that have been here. We've got people that have been here, 25, 30, 35 years.
Oh, I know.
Which is phenomenal tenure. And so people want to join here and stay a while. It's a good place to be.
Now, if somebody wants to have a conversation outside of the career conversations, like if they want to pick up the phone and just talk to you, can they do that?
Absolutely.
What's your number?
My number is 979-764-3643.
Okay. Thank you.
You are so
Diana
welcome.
Clendenin. Next time, bring a little more energy if you don't mind. Senior HR consultant with the City of College Station. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. And thank you guys for letting us come on and talk about the City of College Station. And that is stuff you don't usually see. You did it.
Woo! Yay.
That was good.